In my last video, I talked in the beginning a little bit about two wills. So talking about relationships and how often the relationship experience is an experience of two people that have separate wills. This is a prerequisite of conflict. And it's a really important thing to understand more deeply. So our will is our sense of what we feel is right and how we want to move. What are the actions we want to take? What's the direction we want to go in our life? What is our sense of purpose? What is our sense of creativity? All of this is part of our will. Our will springs to life, springs to the shape that it's taking, what our creativity is, what our sense of purpose and direction is, what we believe is right to take action on. That springs to action from what we believe is true. So there's essentially two options for where we're going to get a sense of truth, either the head or the heart. Now, we could go into all the permutations of what it means to where do we get the information that we think is true from our head. We can make it up in our imagination. We can learn it from school books. We can learn it from any books that we read. We can hear it on the radio. We can read it in the paper. We can hear someone else say it. And it also comes from the way that the conclusions we draw about our experiences, which may not be correct, but nonetheless, they are what we believe to be true based on the way things were adding up in our way of thinking about it when it was happening to us. So that's very personalized, individualized truth, although we may have ideas that we believe that a lot of other people also believe. And that is confirming when we have that experience. That makes us feel like, oh yeah, what we believe really is true because that person believes it and that person believes it and that person believes it. And therein is also one of the difficulties we can experience in relationship is if I believe something and he doesn't believe it or she doesn't believe it, and I want to collaborate with that person on something, whether that's emotional intimacy or a romantic relationship or a project, and the belief that we have is fundamental to that project, then we end up having a feeling like I don't know how to move with this person because this person has a way of looking at things that makes them want to act this way, and I have a different way of looking at things that makes me want to act that way. And so here is the source of conflict in relationship. But there's another source of inspiration for our will that is not the head at all. It's the heart. Now let's talk a little bit about what is the heart, okay? What is it not? People often want to say, I'm coming from my heart when they are feeling really sincere, or they're feeling unedited, they're feeling vulnerable. But that doesn't mean that they're coming from the heart in the way that I'm talking about. I'm talking about not thinking and moving your awareness into the inner space in your torso and then going deeper and deeper inside the center of your chest until you feel divine love energy. Not because you made it up, not because you were trying to imagine it. If you have imagination active when you're trying to connect with divine love, you will derail your entire process because Imagination, when it's leading, keeps us up here. It's okay to use the imagination in conjunction with our feeling when our feeling is leading. But when the imagination is leading, then things get all backwards. So feeling the heart comes from feeling without thinking, feeling without imagining, and then going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper inside until this love energy sparks. Love energy will teach us some things that we did not know. One of the first things that it will teach us when we feel it is that we are loved. It will also give us a sense of what feels right. We'll feel what our sense of purpose is while we're feeling love. It becomes a navigation instrument because we might try to do things that we're familiar with, or put on a sense of purpose that we're familiar with from before we connected to our heart, that we're familiar with from our head. But when we go to do that, we lose the heart connection. And then we know that that sense of purpose is out of alignment with divine love for us. So the thing about this source of truth, okay, this source of inspiration for our will, this divine love mind is a mind that we share with all of life. Even though there are a lot of beings that are not aware of divine love. But the truth is that that is the original source of all. It's not the original source of evil. I'll just use that word. It's not the original source of darkness. In fact, darkness and evil, harm, these all originated from the way that we suffer when we're not aware of divine love, when we're not feeling that partnership. And that gets very extreme in some cases, as we all have seen in this world. But this divine love energy is, it feels so amazing. It's a harmonizing energy. It harmonizes everything that it touches. And so when we connect with divine love energy as our source of what we know is right, and our partner or our friend or our family member also connects with divine love energy as their source of what they know is right, then what ends up happening is we can hear the truth being the vision that love gives us. We can each hear the truth in what the other person is sharing about their experience arising from the love inside their own heart. And we agree. It doesn't mean that we all do the same thing. There's still the beauty of uniqueness of our individualized expression of divine love. So it's not like people become homogenous because now we all, connect with divine love, and divine love is so boring it can't, it's not like that. We all have a unique creative expression as divine love unfolds from within us, but we can feel the harmonic dance with everyone else who is also listening to this source for what they believe is right. And this is the cessation of conflict. This is how conflict goes away, because we no longer have separate wills. We have individualized expression of one will or one origin of truth that inspires the will, inspires each of our experience of will. So this is huge for intimate partnership. It's huge for any relationship. It can make a friendship even so satisfying and rich to experience, that a friendship that is a holy relationship where both people are listening to divine love is so beautiful. It's way more satisfying than the ego's version of a romantic partnership. Like the romantic partnership, it is, at least in my experience and my observation, it's like the holy grail of relationship. And I'm not putting it down. But from the ego's perspective, the ego is the way we see things from our head when we're not connected with love. And so this romantic partnership is so such like an intensified manifestation of love behaviors. I'm saying it that way because when we're not feeling divine love inside, we can't really bring love to a relationship. An ego romantic partnership, which is a romantic partnership founded in the disconnection from love inside, what love really is in that circumstance, or the moments when we're seeing things that way, is the emotional high that we feel from hanging around with someone that we like, and the passion and the intensity of feeling like we need that person, and that person feeling like their self-worth that they don't know they have because they're disconnected with love is getting stroked because somebody else needs them, and we both feel that way, and oh my God, it's so wonderful. Well, as wonderful as that is from the ego perspective, just having a simple friendship with none of that, none of those rituals of the holy grail of love, a friendship that's a holy relationship where both people are listening to divine love inside and feeling that inspiration and playing together in this harmonized dance of a sense of will that's united by experiencing truth arising from one source, the original source, which is divine love. That is so exciting and fun and rich that it totally blows this ego holy grail of romantic relationship out of the water. Now, you can also have a romantic partnership or a love relationship partnership type relationship that is a holy relationship where both people are connecting with divine love and bringing that awareness into the way they go through life together as partners, and bringing into their intimacy, bringing this divine love into their mind as the basis for how they relate to each other. It makes such a more relaxed and intimate, loving, peaceful, connected, feeling each other energetically. It's really, really beautiful. So because relationships are such a rich, fertile ground for us to climb out of our subconscious ego library habits, which we all have, we all grow up with, we're all taught to think of ourselves that way and interact with our world that way. Relationship will either manifest conflict if we come from that place, or if we come from, find how to connect with our heart and come from that integrated space, the changes in the relationship will happen really quickly. Like the changes towards deeper peace, better communication, and more connection and love will happen really quickly. So it's an excellent, excellent place for people to learn how to become ambassadors of love, how to really walk the walk and become part of the movement of laying love down on the planet. And so for this reason, myself and all of Sacred Reality, the organization that that stands with me and that I stand with, we have decided that we are going to focus on helping couples to grow towards having a holy relationship, a relationship founded in the connection with divine love inside both people inside that relationship. So if you are someone in a relationship and you are deeply inspired and committed to walking as an ambassador of love on this planet, and you would like some support in how to do that better and go deeper, how to get through some of the conflicts, possibly grievances in your relationship that seem to be recurring, then please get in touch. There will be links below. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.